I hope so, is all I can say. I know I'm swearing on a Zoom, but it's the end of the day, and if I can't say that, then I'm so sorry.
Mars is alive.
A man couldn't have survived that fire.
Well, I've been talking about Halloween for a very long time in my life. I think it's good and evil. I really think it's back to mythology and the basic tenets of storytelling, good and evil, and the epitome of ubiquitous normalcy is a young babysitter in a small Midwestern town and the collision with this human form, evil being. I just think it's sort of classic.
I think that part of what makes kind of Halloween so scary for all this time is, at least to me, is the simplicity of it, and just how, kind of like what Jamie said, it's good versus evil. It's this man or this thing, this shape, this white masked being that you can kind of just project all of your own fears and what scares you the most onto. And there's really no reason for what he does or why he does it, which I think is the randomness and the random acts of violence is something that is really scary.
It was incredibly emotional. There were tears. Nancy Stevens and I were friends. The production designer of Halloween 2, the movie that her husband, by the way, Nancy Stevens' husband, directed, Rick Rosenthal directed Halloween 2. The production designer was a man named Michael Riva, who became my fiance during that movie. And Michael died about 5 years ago. And so Nancy and I have lost a lot of people. You know, we're all of us, everybody in this weird virtual universe here in the set, everywhere. Everybody's lost people over these years. And the passage of time can be brutal, is exciting, but it's emotional. I'm an emotional person. When I see Kyle Richards, and I knew her when she was 8, and I'm 62 years old, I was 19. That's crazy. That's emotional. It's not silly high voices like at a party. You know, it's deep and rooted. And for me, it was getting to be in the back of that truck again with my girls at 4 o'clock in the morning in a freezing cold night, covered in wet, sticky, cold blood. There was just something so unifying. You know, none of us live near each other. Everybody's working and doing their thing. And there we were again in the back of the truck, and I care about these people. And it just felt, we were kind of miserable and kind of exhilarated. Wow, that's a big question, isn't it? I will quote a line from Laurie Strode when Tommy Doyle comes in to inform her that Michael Myers is rampaging again, when Laurie thought he was dead. And Tommy says to her, "What do we do, Laurie? What do we do?" And Laurie looks at him and says, "We fight. We always fight." That's, to me, the legacy of this franchise. You fight. You always fight.
I would say that was a mic drop on Jamie. I think that one of the things that is so striking about this franchise, and I think that keeps people coming back, is just the simplicity of the story, which is good versus evil, and it's timeless. It's timeless and it's universal because you have a blank face, you have a blank mask, and very personal.
You know, that's cutting a little too close to the creative bone. We have to be mindful that this is a trilogy. We have completed 2. We have 1 to go. Obviously, we are heading towards some contact of some kind between these characters and Michael. And to even kind of joke about it or to theorize what that might look like, I think is a mistake, because it's let me say this, it'll be epic. It's going to make people really mad. It's going to make people really excited. And it says something. And to me, a movie that actually says something is important.
I concur. I succeed to Jamie on that one, 100%.
There's also, by the way, 4 Universal executives sitting behind her with dart guns. That if she even for a second said one word, what would you would see is this.
Okay.
She'd get it in the cheek, and then all of a sudden she'd be like this, bonk, and then it would be, and then the interview would be over. So
Okay,
mine
thank
is
you.
named. My dart gun holder is a man named Jeff Gear, and I'm scared of him. I hope so, is all I can say. I know I'm swearing on a Zoom, but it's the end of the day, and if I can't say that, then I'm so sorry. Michael! I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes.